Silence. That's what they gave me. That's what they forced on me. That's what they thought would keep me small, keep me controlled, keep me contained. They never knew what silence could build, never understood what happens in the quiet spaces, in the stolen moments, in the forced solitude. They saw my silence as submission, saw my quiet as surrender, saw my stillness as defeat. Poor fools. They never knew, never understood, never guessed. In that silence they forced upon me, I was building something. In that quiet they demanded, I was creating something. In that stillness they imposed, I was becoming something. They thought silence was empty, thought quiet was nothing, thought stillness was death. But silence has depth, quiet has power, stillness has strength. Every word they stole from me became a brick in my fortress. Every voice they took from me became a weapon in my arsenal. Every sound they silenced in me became a soldier in my army. In the quiet, I learned to listen. In the silence, I learned to watch. In the stillness, I learned to wait. They never knew what silence could build, never knew how it could forge steel from broken whispers, never knew how it could craft armor from swallowed screams, never knew how it could shape weapons from unspoken words. Each moment they kept me quiet, I was growing stronger. Each time they made me silent, I was getting bigger. Each instance they stole my voice, I was becoming more powerful. In the silence, I built mountains. In the quiet, I dug oceans. In the stillness, I raised armies. They thought they were burying me. In all that silence, they didn't know they were planting something that would grow beyond their control, beyond their power, beyond their reach. Every silenced moment was another stone in my foundation. Every quiet second was another layer of my strength. Every still minute was another piece of my power. They never knew what silence could build, never knew it could construct cathedrals of controlled rage, never knew it could design fortresses of focused power, never knew it could create armies of awaiting strength. In their silence, I found my truth. In their quiet, I found my power. In their stillness, I found my purpose. They gave me silence, and I turned it into strength. They gave me quiet, and I turned it into power. They gave me stillness, and I turned it into strategy. Now they're starting to hear something, starting to sense something, starting to fear something, because silence isn't empty anymore. It's full of everything they tried to kill. Quiet isn't nothing anymore. It's filled with everything they tried to break. Stillness isn't death anymore. It's alive with everything they tried to end. They never knew what silence could build, never knew it could construct a warrior from whispers, never knew it could forge a weapon from wordlessness, never knew it could create a force from forbidden sounds. Every moment they thought they were winning by keeping me quiet. They were just giving me time. Time to build. Time to grow. Time to become. In the silence, I learned their weaknesses. In the quiet, I studied their failures. In the stillness, I planned their downfall. They never knew what silence could build. Never knew it could become a shelter for strength. Never knew it could transform into a factory for power. Never knew it could turn into a fortress for fury. Now they're beginning to understand, beginning to realize, beginning to fear. Because what lives in this silence isn't weakness anymore. What dwells in this quiet isn't submission anymore. What exists in this stillness isn't surrender anymore. They never knew what silence could build, but they're about to find out. They're about to discover what happens when silence learns to speak. What happens when quiet learns to roar? What happens when stillness learns to strike? Because in all that silence, I didn't just survive. I didn't just endure. I didn't just exist. I built something. Something they can't control. Something they can't contain. Something they can't defeat. They never knew what silence could build, but they're about to learn. And when they do, it will be too late. Because this silence, it's not empty anymore. This quiet, it's not powerless anymore. This stillness, it's not dead anymore. It's alive. It's awake. It's ready. And what it built in all those silent moments, that's their nightmare. That's their downfall. That's their end. They never knew what silence could build, but they're about to find out. And the sound of their realization, that will be the sweetest noise of all. Listen carefully now. Can you hear it? The sound of all they tried to silence, rising like a tide, growing like a storm, building like an army. In every quiet corner, something's stirring. In every silent shadow, something's waking. In every still moment, something's gathering. They thought they buried power in all that silence. Instead, they planted seeds. Seeds of strength. Seeds of rebellion. Seeds of revolution. And in the quiet, these seeds took root. In the silence, these seeds grew strong. In the stillness, these seeds became forests. Now the silence they created is about to speak. Now the quiet they demanded is about to roar. Now the stillness they forced is about to shatter. They never knew what silence could build, but they're about to witness the architecture of their undoing, the structure of their downfall, the foundation of their fear. Because silence, it builds more than walls. It builds warriors. More than fortresses. It builds futures. More than weapons. It builds worlds. And this world, it's about to break its silence. About to find its voice. About to show its power. They never knew what silence could build, but they're about to learn. And that lesson, it will echo forever.